Blessed are those who don't see and yet believe. The past few years, you've heard us mention the name Daniel Wingate. He was part of the welcoming team. Daniel is going into his final year playing football for the University of Maryland College Park. He's a leader there on the team. He is one of the few players who's given all 4 years to the same college. Most of them are jumping into this portal, transfer portal, chasing opportunity, chasing money. And there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of opportunity, but there's something valuable about loyalty. There's something valuable about faithfulness. Can I get a witness?
New Year's Day has long been synonymous with college football. It's a key week for the future of those teams. Starting tomorrow, the window opens for players to transfer to other schools through the so-called portal.
Part of what has coaches concerned is this, the transfer portal.
The transfer portal system.
Transfer portal. Even people who don't watch college football know what the transfer portal is.
We have no rules in college football.
I think we are just in the middle of full chaos right now.
Used to build rosters with that 2 to 4 year plan. I think it's a 1 year plan now.
It's crazy. I know the transfer portal is packed. Kids are just transferring left and right. You know, if things don't go right, they just jump to the next school.
The loyalty of being a part of a team is changing.
Back.
Danny might have been one of the first guys to announce that he was coming back, and it was just contagious. Once that happened, it was just kind of like a domino effect.
You know, there's a relationship and a personal side of things, and that's not what's talked about a lot in the media.
Maryland, they're bringing back second most in the country in terms of production.
Everybody bring it in.
I'm in.
They have their quarterback coming back. They have more depth on the defensive line.
There's a lot of people that are into this sport for the same reasons before all this change. Those are the people that you can hang your hat on to be successful.
What's up, John? The legendary. I'm continuing to learn that culture and development still matter. What we've had to do is have the patience to allow young, talented players to grow, because talent hasn't been the issue. It's just being able to execute under pressure, which comes with experience and wisdom. And now we've got 68% and 74% of that experience and wisdom from a year ago or from the last couple of years with a bunch of these guys. And this is how you want your roster to be built as you head into the 2026 season.
Knowing how things went last year, how will we respond as a team?
Here we go. Who's tackling? You're the ball carrier. Run his face to face. Here we go.
We have a lot of guys that were thrown into the fire, just like me. I want to be able to grow with being a leader.
Run it. Good. I like it.
I can be better.
A person like Daniel, he kind of leads with his play. And it was probably difficult for him to be vocal.
You've got to be able to reach different types of personalities and different types of people, and he's learning that.
Hey, watch the ball. Hey, alert push, CJ. Get in the 40.
Danny is very humble. You might not even know he played football if he wasn't 6'4", 230-something pounds. To see Danny being a hard linebacker and a dude that, he got it from his dad, bro. That's his son. That is his son.
Who bought that hat for him? I did. You bought it?
I put it on his head and it fit, and I was like, we're gonna go with that one. Who would have known?
Would have never known. Yeah.
I was more of a hitter. I did some semi-pro, chased it for a while. If I go to hit you, I'm either gonna miss you completely or I'm gonna blow you completely up. Daniel is a lot more cerebral. Each kid, I was like, oh, this is gonna be the one. Oh, this is gonna be the one, this is gonna be the one. And, Daniel came along, and it was right around 5 years old. I kind of knew, Daniel was a little different.
He used to tell me all the time, like, linebackers are born, not made.
You know it. Let's do it.
Daniel's the youngest of my 4 children. When I got pregnant with him, I was working at an agency for individuals with disabilities. And usually people would do overtime all the time. I was working my day hours, going to the group home, coming home, take a shower, go back to the group home, spend the night, get up at 6 in the morning, back and forth, back and forth.
I used to always get on Erica about doing so much.
I'm about 5 months pregnant now. I'm coming up the back of 202, and when I opened my eyes, I was already over the shoulder, about to hit the street side. And all I could do was just call out Jesus. Not so much for me, but for that baby. I hit this sign, the van flipped, I'm hanging upside down.
It was smashed in the front, destroyed, it was total. I probably got to PG hospital in about 20 minutes. I think I broke every speed limit, and God was in my favor because I got there. I'm thinking she's gonna be bandaged up in the bed or something like that. And I bend the corner and I see her, and she's like standing there just chilling.
I was fine. I had a little slight abrasion on my chin, and that was it.
She's like very pregnant, and I was like, what about the baby?
He was fine. Daniel was fine. Daniel survived the biggest tumble of his life when I was 5 months pregnant with him, and I think it's kind of how he got to be who he is today.
She did hit the quote correctly. Linebackers are born, they're not made.
One of the things I love about Media Day every year is it a chance for us to talk to you guys without helmets on and get to know some of the personalities. So we could talk about football all day long, but I want to ask some non-football questions too, if you'd be okay with that.
Of course.
What is something for each of you that you are weirdly good at off the field?
I could sing, you feel me? I was in a choir when I was younger, so
Ooh.
Singing isn't something that's new to me, so yeah, that would be my top.
I was going to say, could we just hear a little
let's
something?
Hear it. Let's hear it.
Come on, you got it.
Promiscuous girl.
Don't stop. Please don't stop.
Out of all the songs you could have picked,
how do you go from being a choir singer to promiscuous girl?
I'll go ahead and take full credit for Promiscuous Girl. We passed down the good music torch. I feel like he always feels like he has something to prove.
It was his first year really being a full-time starter. He was the leader of our defense. He broke 100 tackles for the first time in his career.
If the door cracks a little bit, we're kicking it open.
What do you want to do with the defense this year?
Yeah, we want to get way more turnovers, and we want to make that our identity.
He's always been playful, silly. I'm sure he always will be, but he turns into somebody else when it's game time.
Veldkamp looking downfield. Veldkamp hit as he throws, intercepted! It's an end zone waltz! Yeah, Daddy! This one over the middle, too high. Intercepted. Diving efforts. Interception. That pass. Wrestling for it. Another interception.
One-hand rush. Mendoza fires near side. It's intercepted. Picked off by Glasgow.
It's picked off. Joyner, the 10-5. Touchdown. How about that?
What a play for this turnover machine for Maryland. Right over Himby. Just gets bulldozed.
If you're doing what you're supposed to and you prepare yourself, when coach calls your number, you should be ready, and he's been ready.
He was giving every piece of his body to his teammates in this program.
Come on, man, come on. One more.
He was facing the internal battles of he knows we needed him on the field, but he might not be putting his best football out there on tape. Those things are tough for a young man because you always want to put your best foot forward when you're out there.
He just wanted to be there for his teammates and his coaches.
Timeout on the field.
That's who Daniel Wingate is.
Make them know, like, you can't f with me. Like, just to be quite frankly honest, like, that's how I approach practice. Like, yeah, if it's stud, sometimes I might give them a little extra. I'm not one to, you can push around, you know what I mean? So, good rep right here. Just think, anytime I'm in cover 2, I want them to throw this one right here. Take this one away, we break down on the low one. Just trust it. Just trust it.
He would have died on bro. We get nasty.
What? I just flicked that.
You didn't see me backside?
I promise you I just flicked that.
You didn't see me backside?
Oh, I ain't seen Dan. I seen him.
You seen Joyner?
Daniel would have put you in the hospital on that.
I've been looking at the Jumbotron, just seeing Win on the Jumbotron by himself. Season tickets. That's all I've been seeing.
My father used to always stress to me to be better than him. My friends and I, we talk about who's the better athlete, me or Daniel. And Daniel, hands down. Junior year was a little taste test. You know, y'all will get a full meal this year.
I was a 3-star, not really recruited, you know. I came under Ruben and Dante's wings, and they taught me the right way to do things.
Come here, son. This is my firstborn right here. Daniel Wingate, it's my firstborn. Brings them right. He's still a little soft, though, but we gonna get him right.
You know, I used to have conversations with him. You know, it's not your turn. But I said, while you're waiting, continue to get better.
You need some water, son? Let Dad help
Moving into year 2, he started to take a little more ownership.
He watched. I think Daniel got an opportunity to watch.
You get into the next year where he became the full-time guy. Now he started to realize that he could bring people with him.
Something I learned from Ruben is film is the most important thing that you need. They really laid out the platform of how to be a pro, and it really rubbed off on a lot of guys.
We got to bring these guys along with us. Go Bush.
He's grown into a natural leader, knowing his voice is heard by his teammates.
I love you, One.
I love you, 229.
It's his senior year. The draft is here in DC this year.
He wants to leave a legacy where we got back on track and we have a really good season.
Formation you have, we cook. The safety can't rotate, come down. And come on.